So Leslie gets away, and she's out here somewhere. She gets taken back to somewhere through the foster care system because she's not quite 18 yet. And so she's out here somewhere, and she ends up hitchhiking. All right, this is what got me and Leslie in trouble. If I wasn't still in the car, we were fucking hitchhiking. And so she hitchhiked across the country and gets back to me. All right, this is where El Mayo enters my life. But he'd already been there. So either way, she gets back across the country, and that's why I was trying to find her in Vegas. I was like, dude, where are you? And we kept kind of hitchhiking, trying to find each other and trying to connect. And that's why I wound up going back to boarding school because I was like, fuck this life, place is a shithole. And there was no, I couldn't go to school like a normal person, especially off a reservation. And the reservations weren't entirely safe when I-80 can drive right through and all your visitors can come take a look at us, because we're a tourist attraction. And so, there's a lot to that. You'd think we'd be safe. You'd think a woman would be safe on her own, but I don't think one ever has been, especially here, And so that's what came back on Leslie was like she was tied into an oil family. All right, that's why they wanted to extract her DNA and records. And I guess like her aunt had like taken her house. That by 16 when your parents die, you should probably keep the property, and then have like an independent living situation with some kind of caretaker, that case manager that helps you out. If I was going to reiterate the system and what we could do better in it, because there's some degree, people got to work through that trauma too, and they have to learn how to navigate and trust the world around them. And when you're bold enough to fucking get away from that shit and drive across the fucking country and then to keep fighting back, to some degree, I know every sex ring in this country. I know I'm in Chicago. I know I'm back here. I know I'm back out west. I know I'm down in Florida. I know where they're traveling. That's what Leslie's life served for. She found every single one of them because it's what kept her fed until she was ready to get out